Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. My name is Erik Vasquez, and joining me on the line is my podcasting partner in crime. Yes, that rhymes. She is none other than Shay Hickson. Shay, what's going on, my friend? How are you this week?
Pretty good. Just counting down to Christmas. It's almost here. A couple more days.
Almost here. Most joyous time of the year. Can't wait till it's over.
Yeah, it's I love Christmas, but it's very stressful. And sometimes it's not so much me that's causing the stress, it's like the general population around me because as joyous as it is, there are a lot of assholes during Christmas, so it's you try to keep the whimsy and the joy of Christmas alive, but sometimes people make it very difficult. But I'm still excited though. I'll be happy also get the day off on Thursday, but gotta go right back in on Friday though, so it's not a long of a break, but I'll take it.
Hey, take what we can get. Well, thank you for, because it is close to Christmas time, and so thank you for taking time out of your week to record this episode. This episode is a big one for us fans. We're going to be talking about AEW Worlds End pay-per-view that's coming this Saturday. What's your excitement level for AEW Worlds End?
Are we talking a scale of 1 to 5? 1 to 5 flames?
1 to 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10.
I'll give it like a 6. I mean, looking at the card, it's going to be solid. I like the fact that we really, I mean, if we're getting real technical, we have only like 8 matches on the card, which is surprisingly small, but I feel like we both know how this is going to end, that there's going to be another match or two added in the last possible second, but for the sake of our episode, there's only 8 matches, which is very small for an AEW pay-per-view, so maybe if this is the final number and it sticks, then hopefully we'll get some better matches. But also just looking in the card though, we still have yet to break that habit of, okay, does this match really need to be on a pay-per-view? It could be on a Collision or Dynamite. I won't say which match that is yet, but there's definitely one that kind of sticks out a little bit to me, like a sore thumb when it comes to everything else, but I'm still interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see what route they go with quite a few of these matches. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty decent enthusiasm, but not like if I miss it, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, this seems like there might be some sneaky good matches on there, but nothing to like blow you away. I can understand why you would be at kind of like a 6, because this had some good matches on there waiting to be seen, but it's not something to go crazy over. But you never know, they might pull out a good one here.
I'm hoping they do, because we kind of get tired of talking about, I'm not going to say every AEW pay-per-view, but it always seems like a good majority we always end with, was it good? Yeah, I guess, but it wasn't worth the money we paid for it. So
right.
That's always a litmus test when it comes to these pay-per-views. Is it worth the price tag? So I would like them to break that streak of no, it hasn't been, because yeah, you kind of get tired of saying, yeah, I may wasted money on this, and I don't really think it was worth the $50-$60 price tag. So hopefully they prove us wrong this time. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so too. We're gonna go through each of the matches like you said earlier. Right now there's only 8 advertised matches, so if this episode is a little short, that is why. There's only 8 matches, but we should get a good one in, and I'm really excited to talk about it. And let's not waste any time. Let's just go right into it. Starting off with the Continental Classic semifinals. There's 2 semifinal matches for the Continental Classic. One between Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. And then Kyle Fletcher will be also taking on Jon Moxley. The one I'm looking forward to the most is obviously Takeshita versus Okada. This is a match that we've been waiting for ages, it seems like, and it's finally going to happen here. Finally, they can blow off some steam and maybe afterwards kind of ally themselves, because they're part of the Don Callis family, and they're the only rift in the Don Callis family. So hopefully they can beat some respect to it within each other.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping selfishly that this was going to end up being the final, but obviously with the way the brackets were, that was not going to be the case, sadly. But we're still getting the match we wanted, so I can't really complain about it. These two have been wanting to beat the shit out of each other and really couldn't because they were in tag team matches and whatnot. So now the gloves are off. They are going to get to do whatever the hell they want to each other within reason. And yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I feel like this one's the harder one to predict than the other semifinal. I feel like Fletcher and Moxley's pretty self-explanatory if you've been kind of paying attention to the story. So I'll get to that one in a minute though. I feel like for Takeshita and Okada, I think you know what? I'm gonna give it to Takeshita. I
Really?
think he gets to get a little bit of revenge because I feel like Okada's been the one that's really been terrorizing him, to be honest, because for the longest time it's like Okada sees him as lesser than, even though you have like the belt I made famous, but yeah, it's not going to be as famous because you have it. It's already like not as prestigious anymore. So I feel like Takeshi's finally going to get some form of revenge because I just I think he needs it more. Like
Right.
we've seen what Okada can do, and we've seen this version of AEW Okada, and I think we've all, I mean, hopefully, if you're still hanging on, like God help you, but I don't think we're ever gonna get the Rainmaker again, and we've mentioned it a bunch of times on the show where it's just like that's this is kind of maybe not so much him phoning it in, maybe this is just him getting his money, which you know what, good for you, but if this was like Rainmaker, like Okada, I think I would have been a little more kind of flip a coin, but I just think Takeshi earns this one because he needs a little bit of revenge, and I think he could just do a little bit more with the win than Okada would at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with Takeshita with this one. I just think him being the IWGP champion, coming in as the champion, having a lot more prestige on his shoulders, he might pull away with the win. And also, not to mention, he's also younger than Okada. You know,
Yeah.
if they want to keep that young, fresh feel. Not to say Okada's old and he's washed up
Yeah.
like he needs to retire, but again, it's like you kind of want to go with the young guns, and Takeshi's definitely the young gun. I just think this is going to be a great match. I
Oh,
honestly
I
just,
will.
yeah, I think it's just going to be a great match, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I think they know each other well, obviously, because in the same faction. They've obviously done their homework on each other, and they're both great performers. You know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and they're one and alike too. Like you could pick one A and one B out of Takeshita and Okada, and you'd have the same person. So, but I just feel like Takeshita again being the champion, like you said earlier, he might need this a little bit more than Okada will.
Yeah.
It doesn't really change who Okada is if he ends up winning this match. But if Takeshita ends up beating Okada, that's an even bigger story. So that's why I think they're
Yeah.
going with Takeshita in this first semi-final match to determine who is the Continental Classic winner.
Yeah. I completely agree with you.
All right. And now, like we said, there is the second Continental Classic semifinal between Kyle Fletcher and John Moxley. I think this one's pretty easy to tell.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna go with Moxley. I'm going with
Oh.
where you're going with Fletcher.
Yes, I was. Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you go first, but all right. I guess they were.
I was thinking they're gonna go Moxley. They're very high on Moxley, and Moxley's been taking a lot of L's.
Yeah, I get that, but I feel like we're starting to see like not with Moxley, but with the Death Riders, kind of the cracks of we don't trust him anymore.
Yeah,
And he's been losing, and that's the thing. That's my reasoning for why I'm picking Fletcher because he's been losing like big match after big match after big match. And this is like maybe the final straw make or break it for the Death Riders of, okay, well, if he can't win this, then do we trust him to even lead this group anymore? Because It's been brewing for some time. Like, it seems like he can pick up the little wins maybe here and there, but when it comes to these big moments right now, he's just not winning. And this might be, I mean, I think it's been the beginning of the end for him as the leader of the Death Riders. So I feel like if Fletcher beats him, then I think it's just going to be the final straw. I think that'll be like all they need to see, because think about when that one promo right at the beginning of the Continental Classic when Moxley lost that first match.
Mm.
You could just see the look in everybody's eyes when he's pulling his usual like promo backstage. It was very telling if you were paying attention to it, because they didn't really seem like they were in agreement with him. They didn't really seem like they were buying into what he was saying anymore, because you can talk shit all you want, but if you can't back it up, then what good are you?
Right.
And lately he hasn't been backing that shit up. So yeah, I think this might be the final nail in the coffin for him in the Death Riders. So that's why I thought it was easy that it was going to be Fletcher, but apparently we disagreed on that one. But that's why I'm going with Fletcher, because I think this is just going to be the final, again, nail in the coffin that gets Moxley excommunicated from the Death Riders.
No, you bring up some great points. A lot of stuff we could be in agreement with if I thought that Moxley wasn't going to get the win. I'm thinking Moxley is going to get the win to make it easy for the winner to win the final of the Continental Classic, and that would be, I'm going with Takeshita to be the all-around winner of the entire thing. So I'm thinking the final is going to be Takeshita and Moxley, and Takeshita ends up beating Moxley. But you bring up some really good points in order for Fletcher to win. Also, Fletcher, again, is another one of those young guns,
Yeah.
that they've been putting a lot of stock in. He's been winning some matches. He's been having great matches regardless. Really, really good matches, especially the one against Speedball Mike Bailey. That was a phenomenal match. Yeah, it was a great match. It was a great match, and he's been showing off really good. And his match against Pac was really, really good as well. But I just think those losses there too, that's kind of what hurt him. Especially that loss with Speedball, that kind of hurt him a little. But I think the winner of this match is going to be Moxley. But going on to the final, I think Takeshita's winning it all. What about you?
Well, at least we got that right. So I think it's Takeshita and Fletcher in the finals. And let's be honest, if we had to pick between a Takeshita and Fletcher final or Takeshita and Moxley final, I'm taking Takeshita and Fletcher like all day, every day. That match is going to be, if that's what happens, it's going to be wild. That is probably going to be the sleeper match of the night for me. But we're not going to go too wild, guys. I think Takeshi's going to end up winning it regardless, because then I think that's going to put more tension between him and Okada, where it's like, oh, well, I beat you and then I went and took your titles, so how's that feel? And, rub it in his face a little bit, and that's going to cause some more drama within the Dom Cal's family, as if there isn't enough already. But yeah, I would just really want to see Fletcher and Takeshita, because I just think that's going to be a fantastic match, if the cards fall that way. So I do agree, though. That's the one thing we'll agree on with the Continental Classic, is that Takeshi's going to be the one that ends up winning everything, I think.
It's gonna be tough too, because Fletcher and Takeshita are pretty close.
Yeah, good chemistry though.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, the match chemistry would be fire. So I'm not mad at whoever wins out of Kyle Fletcher and Jon Moxley. I think we're gonna get good matchups regardless. And finally, I'm just happy we get that Okada Takeshita match.
Yes.
I think we've been waiting for that for a long time. Been kind of getting there, and now we're there fully, and now we get to see the match. So it's going to be a good one for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see it.
All right. I'm guessing that this is the match that you were talking about earlier, being one that probably doesn't belong on the pay-per-view card. And I'm going with this one. I'm going to say it's this one. It's Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd. Is that the one that you were talking about?
How'd you know? I mean, and that's not to say that it's a bad match. I don't think that's the case. I just feel like, do we really need to put this on the card? Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it just is the one that seems the most out of place. So I'd rather just, If we saw this on a Dynamite main event, it'd be great. If it was a Collision main event, it'd be great. But compared to everything else on the card, it just sticks out like a sore thumb to me. So, yeah, I feel like I think they probably might want to get Darby back on track because obviously I don't think he was supposed to miss the Continental Classics. So I feel like they might want to put him back on the winning ways. So I think he'll find a way. Probably easier to say to outlast Gabe Kidd because he's no slouch. He is definitely a very physical kind of wrestler. So he's gonna toss Darby around a lot. There's gonna be at least 3 or 4 spots on this match that we're gonna be like, did Darby really need to do that? Especially since just came back from getting cleared. So somehow, some way, I think Darby's gonna pull through and come out with the win.
My question is, what exactly have they done to build up this match? I can't. Has Gabe Kidd even been on TV? Because I know Darby Allin was out a little bit after that match with Kevin Knight in the Continental Classic, where he had to bow out because of injury. But he's been injured the entire time. So is this match one of those ones that were just kind of put together?
I guess, yeah, because it just kind of seemed out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if Gabe Kidd was on TV, and that's not good if you're trying to figure out, oh, did they even try to build this match up?
No, yeah,
But,
I don't even think he was on TV.
I don't think so, which is like not good. Another reason why this just sticks out like a sore thumb, because it's just like, why do we even have this? Like, we don't need this. No one really needed this or asked for it, but I guess we're getting it whether we like it or not.
Well, I'm choosing Darby to win this match. Yeah, there's nothing really to go off of it. There's no build up to the match, no nothing. This is one of the ones where Tony Khan just says, hey, I'm going to put this match on because I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, hey, I just want to do it. And Tony's like, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, all respect, but I'm not really a big Gabe Kidd guy. Like, he's just kind of there for me.
He's physical, and that's about it.
Yeah, like, I mean, okay, he's physical, but
so is half the roster.
Yeah, he's just kind of there, and like his demeanor and his attitude is just like, not really. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it, So that's what kind of makes this match tough, is because I'm not big on Gabe Kidd, so my interest level for this match is kind of low, but. Again, it does remind me of one of those matches that are probably better suited on the higher end of a Dynamite or a Collision card. But here we get it on World's End, Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd, and we're both going with Darby Allin, correct?
Yes.
Good, because I'm marking down our decisions for our predictions because the predictions championship needs to come home.
Yeah, you've been saying that for how many months?
Yeah.
So we'll see about that.
I have, you're right. Yeah, I have.
We'll see about that.
Next up, we have a tag team match. It's a Chicago street fight for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We have FTR defending the titles against the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, and Austin Gunn. I'm weirdly excited for this match because I think it's gonna be a good one. I don't know how much of a street fight it is like gonna be. Maybe we get some blood. I don't know.
Yeah.
But usually there's street fight.
I would think you would. You can't call it a smile, but then again, you can't call it a night quit match and do nothing. But I would like to think there's gonna be some amount of blood somewhere, but
yeah,
I don't know.
But FTR has been having good matches as the tag team champions. They've been definitely piquing my interest, and they've had some great matches. And so have the Bang Bang Gang without Switchblade there, without Colton Gunn. They've been keeping it together.
Yeah, it sucks because we haven't had like a full company or like a full squad of Bang Bang Gang for God. How long now has it been? It's been pretty much the whole year because Jay's been out since
the last Continental Classic, was it?
Yeah, so it's been over a year then. So yeah, we haven't seen the Bang Bang Gang at their like full potential for a very, very long time. But the fact that they're still making it work is very impressive. You gotta give it up to them. You gotta give it up to Juice and Austin. And I mean, Ace Austin's been doing good too. He fits right in. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets involved or Stokely gets involved. But yeah, I mean, it's a Chicago street fight too. Like that's one where you're gonna have to really not. You can't blow it, especially in a Chicago street fight, because we know how that crowd gets and they will turn on you in an instant if you do the slightest thing wrong because I think they wear it's like Philly. They wear it like a badge of honor to be an asshole like crowd. So you might not want to disappoint them. But I don't know. I feel like they also maybe give AEW a little bit more of a pass because it's like Tony's home city or whatever, but still, they can be a very raucous and rowdy crowd, so they better bring the violence in that street fight. But as far as the winners, it's got to be FTR. Like I don't see the Bang Bang Gang winning just yet. If I don't know, I want to say if ever, but at least for right now, there's just no point in taking the titles off FTR. And clearly in a street fight, they're going to do whatever it takes to win. And clearly, I think Stokely is going to get involved in some way, but yeah, they just can't lose the titles yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I am also in with you in that sense. I think FTR are doing wonderful as tag team champions. They're definitely one of the better parts of the show, in my opinion, in terms of what to watch and what to look forward to. I'm enjoying their matches. Their matches have been phenomenal that they've been having, and that's no slight to the Bang Bang Gang as well. I think this is going to be a good one. I don't even think it needs to be a street fight. I think even if they were just having a regular match, it would be good. But the street fight is like an added stipulation so they can use weapons and things like that. And that'll make it a little bit more interesting. But I'm with you. I'm also going with FTR to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I just think they have been, better suited as champions than the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Who's to say we might see? Maybe we'll see Switchblade. Maybe he's good to go. I mean,
Oh, there's a God.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, I'm really hoping, but I don't know. Maybe if we just stop asking for him, he'll show up.
Maybe
That seems to work, but
maybe we shall see. But moving on, we have a tag team match for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, where the new champions, the Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, put the titles on the line to take on Mercedes Moné and Athena. Now this is going to be tough because it's Mercedes Moné who still has infinite amount of belts, even though she's lost a couple. She still has a bunch of them there, and then it's Athena who's been the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion for God knows how long now. So this is going to be tough for the Babes of Wrath.
yeah, it's not going to be a walk in the park for them, but that's going to make a great match for us to watch because I'm excited to see what they can do. Although I feel like it's rather easy, I don't think you're going to have Harley and Willow win the titles just to immediately lose them right away. I think that would be a very bad idea. And if you really want the loyalists to show up, they'll be like, oh, see, they're just like WWE's women's titles. They didn't learn. And now it's like no one gives a shit about them anymore. So you got to keep it on them for a little bit. But I feel like besides just the fact that you shouldn't take the titles off them so soon, it's also the fact of Athena might be ready to go, but is Mercedes ready to go? Because she has been, I think the nicest way to put it is off her rocker for a little bit. And we're already seeing the crash out and whatnot. And obviously just lost the title last week to Alex Windsor. So it seems like it's kind of that thing, that little like psychosis of she won a match that really had no, I mean, I'm not going to say had no meaning, but it was like a lesser pressurized kind of match. She wins it. Oh, everything's great. But as soon as she starts losing, she starts to like completely unravel. So I feel like she's not going to be on her game on this one because she just lost a big title of hers and she's been losing a couple and she's not liking that. And poor Athena's probably going to have to carry that team and she's going to be like, well, what the hell are you doing? Like, if you want a title, you better like essentially get your head out of your ass and do something about it. But I think Mercedes' kind of descent into madness is going to be their downfall in this match. It just makes the most sense. And it's going to be interesting to see if she completely, well, if she unravels further. And it'll be very interesting because it seems like she only kind of has these like breakdowns when she loses titles. So what happens if she loses a shot at a title and she still has that same type of reaction? That shows her mental state's kind of fragile at the moment. So I'll be interested to see her possibly crash out at the end if they lose or when they lose. But yeah, I just think you can't take those titles off of Harley and Willow right off the bat because that would just be a really stupid idea. You got to give them at least a decent run with those. So yeah, you got to keep them on the Babes of Wrath, and I just cannot wait for the crash out to happen when Mercedes inevitably loses yet again.
Yeah, I am with you in terms of keeping the Babes of Wrath as the champions. I don't see the benefit of having them lose on their first defense, their first big defense on
Yeah.
pay-per-view. I just think it sends a bad message, that you don't want to play hot potato with the championships.
Yeah.
I've always hated hot potato booking, or when someone loses it on their first title defense. It just never made sense to me. Then why make them champion? I never
Yeah.
understood transitional champions or anything of that nature. It just never made any sense to me.
It
uh
makes them look like a mistake. It's almost just
right.
like, oh, maybe we should have done that. But
Right. I
yeah.
mean, and I understand that there are moments that are essentially like that, where like you realize you made a mistake and you have to rectify that. But clearly, with the popularity of Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, making them the champions and your inaugural champions wasn't a bad idea. It was actually a very good idea. The
Yeah.
tournament was great. The tournament finals was fantastic, very enjoyable, and the Babes of Wrath are a great choice for a tag team. Harley Cameron in particular has improved. She seems to improve every time she is out there. So shout out to Harley Cameron, who's been doing a lot of hard work and deserves to be a champion at this point.
No, absolutely. She's just, like you said, gotten better and better, and she was rightfully rewarded with those titles. Obviously, I was still a little mad. I still wanted to be Sky and Julia, but you know what? Good for her. Good for Willow. Give them both something. They definitely earned it. So I'll be excited to see where they can take them.
There you go. We both have the Babes of Wrath retaining the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships against Mercedes Moné and Athena. Next up, we have for the AEW Women's World Championship, the champion Chris Statlander puts the title on the line against Jamie Hayter. This one's going to be good. This one's going to be hard hitting, very physical, and I'm excited to see what we're going to get out of both these ladies.
Oh, of course. This is understandably my probably one of my most. I'm looking forward to this one probably the most, just because of the styles. They're both very, like you said, very hard hitting. They're not going to pull any punches with each other. They're going to have to hit each other with their best shot and then some to put each other away. So I feel like some people still are underestimating Stat, which is like, I don't know what more she has to do, but clearly, as she had in that promo a month or so ago, apparently my entire title reign is just going to be proving people wrong and that I deserve to have this title. And if I have to beat every one of your favorites, I'm going to do it. And of course, everyone loves Jamie. I love Jamie. However, I love Stat more. And kind of what we were talking about with the Babes of Wrath, there's no reason to have Jamie win this title right now. And I also feel like perhaps the Triangle of Madness might get involved in some way because they've been kind of, I mean, they've been destroying everybody backstage, that's for damn sure. And Jamie and Stat have kind of been getting in the middle of it with them, and Tekla has her eyes on Stat. So I'm wondering if, I don't know if I'll say they interfere probably, because I don't think they're really going to cost one of them over the other. They just hate both of them equally. So I feel like maybe they'll show up afterwards. But that still doesn't change the fact that Stat is retaining this title. There's just no way. She's not losing yet. I don't see her losing for a while, hopefully. But Jamie's a big test. And at this rate, if she beats I mean, she's only beaten, oh, I don't know, Toni Storm. She's only beaten Mercedes Moné. So it's just like maybe Jamie Hayter's finally the one that people are going to be like, oh, wow, she beat her. Well, that's a big deal. Like, I don't know what more Stat has to do. If Stat wins and people still underestimate her, then it's just like, she's not going to convince you. You're just stuck in your ways, and it's a stupid take to have. But Stat deserves to be up there. Again, am I horribly biased? Yes, but also I think she's more than earned her spot at the top. So that's not stopping at World's End. She's keeping that title. It's gonna hurt. She's gonna have plenty of bruises afterwards, but so is Jamie. But neither of them are gonna come out unscathed. But Stat's gonna still have that title.
Yeah, to me, the most interesting part about this is that little interaction we had. I believe it was Dynamite, where the Sisters of Sin came out and they were beating down Jamie Hayter, and then Statlander came out to make the save, but then inadvertently got hit with a Haterade lariat, and it was just like, okay, now we're kicking this into high gear. And it was even interesting, Jamie Hayter's reaction to the whole thing, where it was like,
didn't care too much.
yeah, she was like, well, I oops, like, like, my bad,
accidentally on purpose. Yeah,
right. She wasn't really feeling bad for inadvertently striking Statlander, but
no,
I don't like. We've already seen Jamie Hayter as champion, so we know that she's capable of being champion. Statlander too, but Statlander really hasn't had the title all that long.
no, only a couple months, I think, at this point. Month or two. 2 months? I think 2 months.
Yeah.
You double check.
I am
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months. She won it September 20th.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Statlander.
Yeah.
I just think they're gonna keep the belt on her. It's very smart. I think she's gonna be a champion for a very long time. She has the makeup of a champion for a very long time. So I think they're gonna keep it on Statlander. But I think it's gonna be a very good match. This might be the match of the night by the end of it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, never count out Saturday night.
And then we have a four-way match coming up for the AEW World Championship. Four-way match. Samoa Joe defends the title against Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, and MJF. This one definitely cooked when they were in Manchester and the UK all together when they were Dynamite, because no one expected MJF to show up, and he shows up and he uses his Casino Gauntlet Guaranteed Championship match contract, and he enacts it, and he's now part of this match, making it a four-way match. Now, the one thing I'm looking forward to and definitely going to be paying attention is throughout this entire thing, Swerve and Hangman, for some reason, have not come to blows.
Not yet.
They've been very copacetic with each other. And considering what they've done to each other, what they've said to each other, and more importantly, what they've done to each other, you would think that that's going to disappear rather quickly. And it's definitely in this setting that that's going to happen, because only one man can win the title.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. I feel like we talked about this. I think Mike had that question last week. Of how long is it gonna essentially just take them to beat the shit out of each other in this match? And I don't think it's gonna take that long. Obviously, we had the prediction of those two were gonna be so hung up on each other because that bad blood's always gonna be there. I don't think no amount of time or reconciliation or anything is gonna ever get rid of that completely, because those two did some very heinous things to each other. So we kind of expected those two to get in their own way, and then Samoa Joe was just going to come in and steal it. And then MJF showed up, which is like, sure, whatever, I guess. I mean, it was really blowing my socks off. I didn't really care too much. Do I think that's going to change the ending of the match, though? No, I don't think so.
Really?
I feel like, I don't think, because it's just like, I don't know why you'd want to bring MJF back just to immediately give him the title, but I mean, he could do the same thing that Samoa Joe could do, which is just take advantage of the fact that Swerve and Hangman just hate each other's guts deep down, and they just have been trying to be polite towards each other for a little bit, but you know something's going to happen, and like you said, only one person can win that title, so at some point they're going to have to come to blows during that match, but if anybody would sneak in and do something, it's like some chicken shit stuff to win the title, it would be MJF, but why would you have... If that would have been the plan to just give MJF the title, then why'd you even take it off of Samoa Joe or Hangman in the first place? I think it would have been a bigger deal to take it, because people were already mad that Hangman lost that title. I still think he shouldn't have, but I feel like would have been more impactful to have MJF come back and like sneak his way to that title when Hangman was the champion, because they even alluded to that of like... And I mean, obviously they had the Casino Gauntlet guaranteed match, and he weaseled his way out of not having to use it, which I think that was still bullshit to this day. So him winning here just wouldn't make any sense, because it's not like he's really beating Hangman. He has to, I mean, technically he's taking it off of Samoa Joe, which it just doesn't sound right. It just doesn't seem right. So I feel like even with him being there, I feel like... I'm not changing my pick. I still think Samoa Joe's going to hold on to that title. It's just going to make this match a little more interesting with MJF being there. Do I think it, like, elevates the match? Not enough to, like, make a big deal out of it, because I think the match was already good to begin with. And him being there, it's like, okay, cool, he's there too. Like, I mean, it's not going to take away from the match. I just don't think it's going to, like, oh my god, this is now a must-see match. It was already going to be must-see with these three, so it's just a extra sprinkle on the top of the sundae, I guess. But, yeah, I'm still going to pick Samoa Joe on that one. I think he's going to somehow find a way to keep that title for now.
My thing is, like, I've always been a person to say, instead of doing 4 people in one match, why not break it down? You know, we could have had the triple threat match, or we could have had, 4 individual matches. That would have made sense with Joe as champion. He could have had one against Swerve Strickland, one against Paige again, and then one against MJF. So we could have had 3 individual matches right there. That would have been...
That's months of booking.
Right, exactly. You have months of booking done right there. I don't know why we're going to go ahead and put all our eggs in one basket and put all 4 of these men in the match. And then afterwards, what do you do then? Because really, that's the main event picture right there. With these 4 now, with MJF being back, that's the main event picture. So then what do you do afterward?
You just kind of hope and pray that somebody catches fire and the fans notice. I feel like that's the only explanation I got, because you had at least 3 to 4 months of programming. If you, like you said, just split these up, and it would have made the most sense. There really was no reason to do it all at once, because you could have had like Swerve and Hangman, I don't know, I don't want to say like wrestle each other, because I feel like that's always like saved for more important things, but you could have come up with a way of, okay, well, Swerve did this, so he gets the first shot, or Hangman did this, so he gets the first shot, and then the next person gets the shot after him, and then MJF's back. So it's like you could have just drug this out so much longer, and just the fact that you're like, no, we're gonna do all this months worth of booking in one singular match is just like... You can't even say it's confusing, because this is just par for the course of AEW. They just make these decisions where you just shake your head and go, I don't know why you're overcomplicating this, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's still going to be a good match. Do I think it's going to steal the show? No, I still feel like... I'm still thinking the Stat and Jamie is going to be match of the night, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. But I still think the match, it's between that and possibly Takeshita and Fletcher, if that's how it ends up shaking out in the finals. So those 2, I think, are going to be like the top matches of the night for me. I hope I am not disappointed with that. But the main event's not going to be terrible. It's just like, it's a thing, but why do we need it though? It's like I don't know why I'm using like an ice cream analogy. I guess it's just like I guess I'm hungry, I guess. But it's like you get one flavor of ice cream on a sundae. And then it's like, okay, well, let's add another flavor on there. It's like, okay, sure, I guess. Oh, well, we're gonna add like a third flavor on there. Okay, well now you're getting a little like over it, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna dump a whole bunch of like chocolate syrup on top of it too, and it's like, okay, this is a lot. Like this is a little bit of an overload, and it's like, okay, well, if it would have just been one or two, that would have been one thing. I would have been satisfied. This is like sometimes less is more, and that's exactly what this main event is. It's less is more. We didn't need it to even exist, but here we are. And yeah, it's just AEW for you. It just you just shake your head sometimes.
One thing you also have to note is that Samoa Joe has the ops on his side.
Yes.
Whereas the other competitors really don't have anyone. Whereas Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page were watching each other's back. Now they have to watch their back against the ops because the ops is where the numbers are. Shabbat is there. You got Hook. You got Powerhouse Hobbs. So you got people on the outside that can definitely interfere because this is no disqualification. I believe 4-win matches are no disqualification.
Yeah.
So really, you can see some crazy stuff happen.
Yeah, we're probably going to. Like, it's gonna be wild, maybe almost too wild, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I am also going to be going with Samoa Joe to retain. I just think he's going to retain in some nefarious ways. He's going to have Powerhouse Hobbs or Shibata or Hook do something that is going to allow him to pick up the win and keep the AEW World Championship. But I'm still looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I am too. It's just gonna be a little hectic and chaotic, but you know what? It just happens, I guess.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is AEW Worlds End pay-per-view that is happening on the 27th of December on pay-per-view. So check it out on pay-per-view. If you have a chance, you can get it on Amazon Prime. You can get it on HBO Max. You can get it on payperview.com. And if you're outside of the United States, you can also order it on YouTube. So you have a lot of options available for you to get this pay-per-view. If you would like to get your hands on it, check it out. Let us know what you think, and let us know what you think about our predictions. Best place to do so is to let us know on social media. We're available all across the board on social media, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Our Facebook has close to 10,000 followers on it. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, we have close to 10,000 followers on Facebook. So you can check us out on Facebook. Twitter, we do great. Instagram, we're doing wonderful. On YouTube, we have over 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So there's also a bunch of places you can follow us and listen to the podcast and let us know what you think about our predictions. Like I said, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Ringside Rundown. On YouTube, Ringside Run Pod is the handle. Ringside Run Pod. This podcast is available all across the board on all podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, Good Pods, whole bunch of different platforms available for you to listen to the podcast, and it's all across the board. If you cannot find it on your podcast platform of choice, just let us know, shoot us a DM and let us know what platform that is. We will try to get you the show on that platform. We'll shoot you over a link on a silver platter, but the caveat is you have to give the silver platter back because it belongs to Shay's mom, and you don't want to disappoint her so close to Christmas. You don't want to get on her bad side so close to Christmas. So best thing to do is once you're done with that silver platter, give us back the silver platter so we can give it back to Shay's mom.
It's her other Christmas present that she knows is coming.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's not even a surprise. She just knows it's coming. So, I mean.
There you go. Well, now you know. Like we said, you can listen to it on any platform that hosts podcasts, or if you cannot find it, you can listen to the podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/@ringsiderunpod. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am live on Twitch and YouTube watching WWE and AEW programming. So if you need a place to come and hang out and watch Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, and Collision, come hang out at either one of those platforms. Like I said, we're on Twitch, twitch.tv/ringside rundown, and also on YouTube, multi-streaming and doing all those things that we do on those platforms. We have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun doing those things. We play videos, we gamble channel points, we watch wrestling. Yeah, and we get scared to half to death. Well, I get scared to half to death. Mike likes to make me jump out of my chair sometime.
Yeah, I think he gets a personal enjoyment out of
I
it.
think so. He's sick. Shay, where can they get in touch with you?
You can find my wrestling Twitter at @ShayRingside_. We always say it's like Eric's, except I copied the homework.
And there you go.
Just change the name.
There you go. Well, like we said, this episode was going to be a little bit shorter because we only had to cover the AEW pay-per-view, which I think we did a very good job of. And not only that, it's Christmas. Tomorrow's Christmas.
Technically.
Shay's still got some presents to wrap.
Yeah, I literally, like, right before we came up here, I ended up like wrapping the rest of my mom's gifts. So it was down to the wire, but we made it through.
There you go. Well, Shay, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for being a wonderful partner on this podcast endeavor that we do. I enjoy it every single week, and I have fun doing it with you. And I can't imagine a more important and better partner to do it with than with you. So thank you, and I hope you have a good holiday.
I definitely would say the same about you. It definitely wouldn't be the same if I was doing this with anyone else. Just the fact that the chemistry was there right off the bat still surprises me all these years later. But yeah, there's nobody else I would do this with. I always enjoy it every week. And I hope it translates well to the listeners. I hope they know how much we enjoy it and helps them enjoy it more. So yeah, I hope you have some happy holidays too. And to all the listeners and everyone tuning in, we hope you have a good holiday. And we're almost going to get to the new year, if you can believe it. It's next week. We're almost to 2026. Like I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But enjoy the holidays, guys. I think we've all earned a little bit of a break.
Yeah, definitely. So for Shay Hickson, my name is Erik Vasquez. Happy holidays, everybody. We will see you on the next episode of the Ringside Rundown. Take care, guys.
See you later, guys.